So this piece is absolutely lovely. It has more than a couple of little touches of the Renaissance about it, but it's definitely a piece of early Baroque writing. Those of you who are familiar with the music of Henry Purcell, well, as you listen, you'll think, well, this sounds a little bit like early Purcell, and there's a reason for that. This comes from around about the same time in history. Now we're going to begin with the soprano part, as we often do, and then work through and look at the alto, tenor and bass. The score for this is a PDF. It's in the description of today's video. Thanks again to CPDL for all the brilliant work they do, and you can sing along with this. If you're watching later, you can jump straight to the teaching for your relevant part. We are in A minor and we're going to sing at concert pitch today, because why not? Okay, so soprano, your line from the beginning goes, "Oh Lord, increase our faith." Let's sing that together. Ready? 3, 4. Oh Lord, increase our faith. You then grab a breath and you come in on the 4th beat of bar 2 and you sing, "Strengthen us and confirm us in thy true faith." And you hold that note for a full bar. So it's really important that you grab a really big breath in bar 2. Let's have a go at that. Strengthen us and confirm us. There's lots of tied notes here, so we need to really count. Let's give it a go. 1, 2, 3. Strengthen us and confirm us in thy true faith. Very nice. I might suggest you take a breath after us, strengthen us, and confirm us in thy true faith if you're running out of air at the end of bar 6. Now you'll hear the alto start the next section as we're holding the note in bar 6. Sopranos, endue us with wisdom. Now that note that the altos arrive on in bar 7 is our starting note, sopranos, and we sing 1. Endue us with wisdom, with wisdom. Let's sing that from bar 7, and 1. Endue us with wisdom, with wisdom. Very nice indeed. Going on to the next line, we can see bar 9. We don't sing, we listen instead to the rest of the choir, and we float in on the last note of bar 10 on this E at the top here, and we sing charity, chastity, and patience. Okay, patience in this case has 3 syllables. You need a lot of patience to sing this word. So coming in after 3, it sounds like this. 2, 3. Charity, chastity, and patience. Okay, let's give that a go with the piano coming in after 3. 1, 2, 3. Charity, chastity, and patience. Good. That leads us into the next section. The tenors start in all our adversities. The basses follow, the altos and the sopranos come in last with this mournful rising minor third. And it goes like this. It's 2, 3. In all our adversities. Let's sing that together. 2, 3. In all our adversities. And then sopranos, we set off into the next section. Sweet Jesus, say amen. Listen to that. Let's sing that together. Sweet Jesus, say. Here we go. And 1. Sweet Jesus, say amen. Lovely. Then we sing, sweet Jesus, say amen. Let's sing that together. Bar 18, last bar, or last notes. 2, 3. Sweet Jesus, say amen. And then this mournful full rise of a semitone. Sweet Jesus, say amen. So listen to that. Okay, let's sing that together. 1, 2. Sweet Jesus, say amen. And then we finish with sweet Jesus, say amen. Let's sing that last 3 bars coming in after 1, 3, 4, 1. Sweet Jesus, say amen. Fabulous. Okay, so let's sing it all the way from the start, sopranos. Of course, anyone who wants to use this as sight reading practice, you've got plenty of time to sing along with this, but the sopranos are here and this is their sing through. So from the very top, here is O Lord, Increase Our Faith by Loosemore. And two, 3, 4, 1. Two, 3, 4. Breathe. 2, 3. Two, 3. One. There we are. Isn't that a lovely line? Fabulous stuff. Now, speaking of lovely lines, it's time for the alto part, and this is a nice line, altos. It's not just all F and G. There are many, many pitches and some really nice shapes in this one. So it's time for the altos. If you would please step up onto the dais, altos, and we'll have a look at your first line. Now, having just said it's a really interesting alto part, this first 2 bars is a bit more typical of our regular line. As in altos, we sing, "Oh Lord, increase our faith." Sing that with me. 3, 4. Oh Lord, increase our faith. Now, because you are the anchor part here, don't lose shape, the sight of the shape of this. Oh Lord, increase our faith. Grow towards the middle of that line. But now things get decidedly more interesting as we take a breath on the first beat of bar 3 and we sing 1. Strengthen us and confirm us in thy true faith. Listen to that from strengthen, and 1, 2, 3. Let's sing that together from strengthen, bar 3 altos, and 1. Strengthen us and confirm us in thy true faith. Lovely. Now we just grab a very quick breath here, altos in bar 6 after faith. We then have From C sharp at the start of the bar to C natural we sing, endure us with wisdom, with wisdom. Let's sing that together. And 1. Endure us with wisdom, with wisdom. Good, and then is our next line. It goes, endure us with wisdom. Sing that for me. This is bar 8, the last bar here on screen. 3, 4. Endure us with wisdom. Lean on the whiz of wisdom and then pull back. Now we grab a breath, and this next bit's got lots of tied notes going across bar lines. That's your cue to sing through. So we go 2, 3. Charity, chastity and patience and patience. Have a listen to the pitches here. From charity, 2, 3, and okay, let's sing that together. Altos. Charity, the last beat of bar 9. 2, 3. Charity, chastity and patience and patience. Good, well done. Now from the same pitch there in bar 14, after 2 beats we sing, in all adversities. Pitch-wise is not the hardest thing we've sung, but the rhythm's a little bit more tricky with tied notes here, so listen to it. 1, 2... Let's sing that together. 1, 2. In all our adversities. Excellent. We take a breath and we then sing, sweet Jesus, say amen. Listen to that. Okay, and then we sing, sweet Jesus, say amen. Sing that for me, bar 18, and 1. Sweet Jesus, say amen. Very nice. So let's go back and let's sing from sweet here in bar 16, the last note on screen. 2, 3. Sweet Jesus, say amen. Sweet Jesus, say amen. Amen is the extra little bit on the end there. So from men in bar 19 we rise. This is what we call a false relation, where we rise to the G natural and then sweeten it to the G sharp. It's absolutely lovely. So let's go from men at the start of bar 19, the third bar here on screen, straight in on men on the E. 3, 4. Men, amen. And then sweet Jesus, say amen. Isn't that a nice line? That sixth is so expressive. So let's sing that. Sweet Jesus. 1, 2. Sweet Jesus, say amen. And then it's 1, 2, 3. Sweet Jesus, say amen. Say amen. Let's sing that together from bar 22, the last note in the second bar here on screen. After 3, 2, 3. Sweet Jesus, say amen. Say amen. Lovely. Okay, let's take it from the start. And this isn't the easiest piece we've learnt in a while. It's definitely worth putting some work into because it sounds so lovely when it's all put together. So the sopranos are here, altos are here, tenors and basses will be along in a minute, but this is the alto sing through. So take a nice deep breath, and here we go, altos. And one. 3. I honestly think that's one of the nicest alto parts we've taught on this channel in a while. That section where we go from the G natural there in bar 19 to the G sharp in bar 20 is just gorgeous. Well, you'll get to sing it with everyone else very shortly, altos, but it's time for the tenor part, which is just as lovely. Really, really sweet indeed. So let's take it from the top. And tenors, if I could ask you please to approach the dais and we will learn your part together. So tenors, your line from the start goes, "Oh Lord, increase our faith." Lots of thirds here, tenors. So we go 3, 4. Oh Lord, increase our faith. Good. Now we take a breath on the first beat of bar 3 and we go back up to the B. We just sang it a moment ago, so it should still be in our heads. We sing 1. Strengthen us and confirm us in thy true faith. Listen to the pitches here. Note-wise, it's not too hard. The rhythm, though, you do need to count and be aware of the notes going across the bar lines. So it's 1, strengthen us. Okay, let's give it a go. Strengthen us after 1 and 1. Strengthen us and confirm us in thy true faith. Very nice. We then take a breath and we sing, endue us with wisdom. Let's sing that together. 2, 3. Endue us with wisdom. Good. Coming off on the bar line there so we don't get in the way of the next chord. We have the rest of that line to gather our breath. Coming in bar 9, tenors. Now the altos will give us an E at the beginning of that line and we come in on that C, which is really, really mournful. We sing 1. Charity, chastity, and patience. Listen to the whole thing from the beginning of bar 9. It's 1. Okay, let's sing together, please, tenors. After 1, 3, 4, 1. Charity, chastity, and patience. Then very quickly, and patience. That G sharp again, performing all sorts of magical harmonic wonders. Okay, so let's sing. Let's go from patience in bar 11, the third bar here on screen, starting on the G natural. Ready? 3, 4. Patience and patience. Great. Now we grab a breath here, tenors, as we are pushing on. We sing, in all our adversities, in all our adversities. Listen to that. 1, 2. Okay, we end up singing in unison with the basses at that point. So from bar 13, 1, 2. In all our adversities, in all our adversities. Excellent. We grab a breath. We come in at the end of that line and we sing, sweet Jesus, say amen. Listen to that. And let's sing that together. Remember, sing sweet Jesus. You should be smiling with this. Ready? 2, 3. Sweet Jesus, say And then, sweet Jesus, say amen. Listen to that. Let's sing it together. Last note of bar 18, tenors. 2, 3. Sweet Jesus, say amen. Lovely. And then the last line here, we have a couple of bars of rest. Now, what you need to listen out for is the alto part here in bar 21. They sing an E at the end of bar 21, and that gives us the cue to come in a semitone higher than the altos. It's a beautiful entry, and we sing, sweet Jesus, say amen, say It's really the heart of this last 4 bars. Let's sing it together, tenors, from bar 22. After 4, 3, 4. Sweet Jesus, say amen, say amen. That's the one. So let's take it from the top. This is the tenor sing through. Quick sip of drink if you haven't done so recently. Got to stay hydrated. Okay, so sopranos are here, altos, basses are here, and we'll teach you your part in just a moment, but this is the tenor sing through, and I do hope you enjoy it. Nice deep breath, everyone. Here we go. And... Gorgeous music, isn't it? So, we've got one more part to learn before we hear how all of the parts fit together and how beautiful this piece is. So, basses, thank you for your patience. As always, please do step up and we'll look at your line here. So, basses from the start sing, "Oh Lord, increase our faith." Sing with me, please, basses. 3, 4. Oh Lord, increase our faith. Sing to the bar line, of course. We then move up to a G. Having just sung that, we're moving straight into this tonality, and we sing 1. Strengthen us and confirm us in thy true faith. Listen to that from Strengthen. It's 1. Sorry, tried, but helps if it's the right note, isn't it? And 1. Here we go. From strengthen, and 1. Strengthen us and confirm us in thy true faith. Coming off on the bar line again basis in bar 6. Now we have a 1, 2, 3 breath before we sing endue us with wisdom. Let's sing that together, please, basses. After 3, 2, 3. Endue us with wisdom. Good. Then bar 9, we have another 1, 2, 3 rest. And then we sing charity, chastity, and patience. So, bit of counting required here, chaps, as we sing across the bar line. So it's 2, 3, chastity, 2, 3. And we hold for 2 beats. Let's sing together, please, basses. From charity, 2, 3. Charity, chastity, and patience. Great. We grab a breath in bar 13 and we sing in all our adversities, adversities. Let's sing together, please, basses. From bar 13, 2, 3. In all our adversities, adversities. We then sing, sweet Jesus, say amen. Sing with me, basses, please, from the last note here on screen. 2, 3. Sweet Jesus, say amen. And then we sing, sweet Jesus, say amen. Such a lovely line. Let's sing it together, please, basses. The last note of bar 18. 2, 3. Sweet Jesus, say amen. And then we have one more phrase, 2 bars of rest. We hear this going on in the soprano and alto in bar 21, which leads us to this chord. And our note is here, and we sing, sweet Jesus, say amen. Sing for me, basses, please. 3, 4. Sweet Jesus, say amen. And then say amen. And that is the end. So let's sing it from the top, basses. Of course, anyone else who wishes to sing, you're very welcome to, but we will have a full playthrough in a moment. So basses are here, tenors, altos, sopranos. This one's for the basses, so enjoy this sing through. Nice deep breath, and off we go. And Lord, increase our faith, strengthen us and confirm us in thy true faith. Endue us with And there you have it. That is all 4 parts taught, everyone. And so all that remains is for us to get all the levels to the right spot so everyone's singing equally. Take the score back to the beginning. Whilst I'm doing that, if you haven't hit the like button, please take a moment. It doesn't cost anything, neither does subscribing to Home Choir, both of which will help us enormously. If you're watching later on, a comment underneath the video, again, just raises our profile, puts us in front of more people. And you are the best marketing team that we could possibly ask for. You telling your friends about Home Choir brings more people to us. So do please spread the word and do enjoy singing through this beautiful piece, which I don't think many people knew before this session. Do tell your choir masters about this because it is an absolute gem. So basses, tenors, altos, sopranos, here we are. Oh Lord, increase our faith, sung in full. Nice deep breath and off we go.